Alright guys, so I wanted to show you the engine pull from the Pontiac Grand AM and how much of a pain in the ass it was. So there's the engine compartment, transmission's right there. I was trying to do it without taking much of anything out. I don't have a lift or anything to drop the engine out from underneath, so I'm taking it out from the top. So I had to take the hood off just to get the hoist up there right. Pulled the CV joints from both sides. I also had to drop the exhaust right at the catalytic converter. There it is right there. Just pull it off, 3 bolts. Not too bad on that, but they were seized up pretty good, so that made it a little bit difficult. I've got my racing jack here, as you see, the red one. It's actually supporting the transmission, and there's part of it right there, just to keep the transmission from falling out. There's 3 engine mounts. There's going to be one right here, there's going to be one underneath here, all that bunch of shit, and there's one right there that I didn't take out, but I pulled the bolt to. That's just to get the transmission over. Now, taking into consideration that the torque converter is on the flywheel, held on by 3 bolts. There's your torque converter right there. Easiest way I found to do it was to get 1 1/16 inch socket, turn the engine over from the harmonic balancer there, and when you take your starter out, it'll actually turn the flywheel and you can access the bolts to get the torque converter out. The AC compressor I took off as the engine was coming up because there's actually 2 bolts here and here that I really couldn't get up. There's the AC compressor. I couldn't get to it, as you see, because the frame is in the way. So I pulled the engine up, and right about when I got it up level with the radiator, I was able to get the bolts out to there. Took off the intake manifold. I had to, pretty much, to get to the AC compressor bolts here. And other than that, you know, there's the other engine mount here. It's pretty easy. Got a little balancing hoist here, and it kind of came up without having to pull the harmonic balancer. I did have to take off, you know, various little wheel shields here, dust shields essentially. I pulled, I don't even know what the hell that thing is, a torsion bar or some shit, away from the rotor assembly and everything, and that spline was a bitch to get out, but the other side wasn't too bad. So this is pretty much the old engine. I spun a rod. Well, actually my ex spun a rod. She didn't keep the oil up. These things are notorious for, if you don't keep the oil topped off, they'll go bad. And the thing was getting old anyway. It's a 99 and the thing has like a 280,000 miles on it, so it lasted a good while. This is the used engine that's going in. This is I think this is a 99 or a 2000. Came with pretty much everything. I'm gonna have to scavenge some parts off the old engine, kind of take it from there. But this engine has about 80,000 miles on it. So new engine's going in. It's been tested. Supposedly works pretty good, but I'll run it through its paces. Another thing you want to take off of the old engine is the injector bar here. So I'll have to take this mount off and put that engine mount onto the new engine. This engine I'm going to end up just kind of rebuilding over time, clean it up real good, take it completely down, put new pistons, put new bearings and new connecting rods in it, get it up and running real nice and good, and end up taking this engine, putting it back in. That way it's the factory engine put back into the Pontiac, and then the old engine, or the new engine now, but the used engine that I bought back here, I'll end up also taking that back out, rebuilding it, and just to probably end up selling it or something. So I wanted to show you guys just the gist of how much of a pain in the ass this engine pull was. It was horrible. I almost threw a serpentine belt tool through the windshield. I was so pissed off and burned it to the ground, but I finally got it out. And if you guys have any questions or anything, I can help you out as much as possible. So wish me luck on the new engine drop-in.